Excellent.
Ooh.
Well, thank you all so much for jumping on tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kylie Rose. I am a mum of 3 teenagers, so my life is super fun right now. I'm the owner of the hair and makeup artist and also an area manager with Arbonne. So I wanted to jump on tonight after Kirsten reached out to me to do a little bit of a tutorial for a mature eye. Now you can call it an old eye, but in the industry, anybody who technically is over like 35, 40, we call them mature. So I'm mature. I'm sure there's a couple of other mature ladies on here this evening. So I wanted to keep this super simple tonight for those of you who are complete rookies. I mean, prior to me being a makeup artist, I had no idea either. Give me 2 seconds, just popping it into speaker mode. Okay, Sam, how do I do this? View? Yeah, cool, awesome. Perfect, thanks, Sammy. Yeah, so obviously, like prior to makeup, I also had no idea on how to do anything. And honestly, it's only after being in the industry for 13, 14 years that I've got an idea of what I'm doing now. So my number one goal this evening is for you guys to at least take one new like makeup application into what you're doing every day, just so that you can just be enhancing your skills all the time. Just know that makeup is something that Linny's only one. Yes, well, let's say 2, hey. We do know that makeup is something that you only get better at with practice. So just give yourself a minute to breathe. And the other little tip I'm going to tell you is that blending is your friend. So you need to blend, blend, blend. As you're blending, I want you to go blend, blend, blend. Okay? I feel like Mary Poppins when I say that. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight is I'm just going to take you through a simple natural eye, and then I'm going to show you guys how to define that outer edge just to then turn it into a little bit of an evening eye, okay? So as we're getting older, you want to ensure that you're staying away from the sparkly tones. Now, they have their place on a mature eye, but if you... Can we get everyone to mute?
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
Lynn Matten. You want to just ensure that you are staying away from as much sparkliness that you can, because what happens is that eye area is the area that ages the fastest. And if you're putting a lot of the sparkly eyeshadows on there, it's actually going to sit in your creases and make your eye appear older, okay? So as we get older, less is more, okay? Cool. Now, what we're going to do also is have a little bit of a Q&A at the end. So if you do have any questions as we go through, I'm more than happy for you to pop them in the chat, and then we can go back through the chat at the end, okay? All right. So with the eye that we're working with tonight, we're going to do a light color. We're going to do a contour color. We're going to do a transition shade and then a highlighter. Okay. So the light color is going to go all over. This is what we call your mobile lid because it moves. And we're going to take it gently up to the eyebrow bone, because if you are popping that color, especially up here, it's going to create the illusion of your eyes being more open. It's just going to give your eyes a brightness. Now, prior to that, what I want to have a quick chat about is our Arbonne Prime and Proper. So this is the an eye makeup primer. So this lightens and brightens your eye straight up. So it's got a little applicator. So I've already prepped my eyes just to make this a little bit faster. But what I'll do is I'll pop a little bit on here just to show you the effects of this amazing product. So I'm going to also just pop a little bit up onto that brow bone because we want to create the illusion of a more open eye. And then also on that inner corner just to brighten that as well. So as you can see, this one has got I've got concealer, a tiny bit of powder to set, and the prime and proper. And then this one has just got the concealer and the powder. So it just depends whatever you've got in your makeup kit, okay? So you can also just use this prime and proper on its own. It is amazing. But I've got so many makeup products, I normally just grab what I do have that I can quickly just chuck on, all right? So this one also works extremely well on its own with just a contour color as well, if you're just needing to get out of the door fast in the mornings. Cool. All right, I'll answer questions at the end, otherwise I'm going to get distracted. Is that a good way to do it? Do you put concealer on your eyelid? Yes, I do. Now, our concealer has got bamboo powder in it. It's quite a matte concealer. So as you guys know who have used it, less is more definitely with that. So I always just pop a little bit on my mobile lid, a tiny little bit there, and then I grab our concealer brush that Arbonne has, and then just blend that out. And remember what I said, blend, blend, blend. Blending is your friend. So you're just constantly blending, okay? Don't be afraid that you're going to like remove the color. It actually is just working the product into the skin. All right, so the first shade that we're working with tonight is, well, I've done the light. No, sorry. Okay, I'm all over the shop. We're going to do a light color. I'm going to show you what a light color looks like. So I'm going to pop that all over my mobile lid. So this is on top of the eye primer. And then I'm going to just take it up there as well. Okay. And lightly just brush that inner corner. So this is our volume 2, you guys. This is what we call a cool palette. Now, I can talk about colors a little bit later on, depending on what your eye color is. But I love, love, love this, this light color here. It's called Slate, because it just brightens that eyelid up beautifully. Okay, so also we're pressing that product into the mobile lid, you guys. We're not going like this, okay? Because if you're actually brushing it like that, and if it is a darker color, you're actually brushing it over into your foundation. And also you can brush it down onto that lower eye area there, which also creates panda eyes. So you want to get into the habit of pushing that product and working it into the mobile lid. Now you can't overblend, like I said, okay? So just I just need everybody to mute, please. Thank you. Excellent. So then I'm just going to use this color up here too. Just pop a little bit more up there. So can you see, guys, see the difference already with both of those eyes? Yep. Cool. All right, I'm going to be just super fast with this one. And you'll find that these eyeshadows, like I've worked with a lot of different brands, but you'll find that these eyeshadows are super light. They have anti-aging pigments in them, and they're just really, really pigmented and beautiful to work with. All right. Okay, so my contour shade that I'm using today is Pebble, and that's still out of you can tell which ones are my favorite colors, hey? So that's out of volume 2 as well. So, okay, who's finding that as they're getting older, their lids are sagging and they're getting more of a sunken eye? Yep. Okay, so what I want you guys to get in the habit of is popping the product onto your brush. And again, the powder, like the eyeshadows, are quite soft because they don't have lots of disgusting, nasty ingredients in them to hold them together. So you just want to make sure you're being really gentle with them. So what I do is I keep my eye open and I just go like this. Okay. Now, depending on your eye shape is depending on how far you're going to take that over. If you find that you've got more of a smaller eye, you would just take it from here to there, okay? But if you've got nice round big eyes, you can actually take it all the way across. There's so much more that I could cover off on, but I just don't want to get too technical, okay? So I'm just trying to keep it super simple. So you're just looking in the mirror and you're going to keep just blending that across. Now, a little tip to keep in mind is that you don't want it to go past a certain point. So you want to line it up with that outer edge there, okay? So you don't want that color to go past there. And at the end, what I'm going to do is show you a little trick with the concealer, that you're actually popping concealer there and you're just creating that really crisp line, okay? So this is our contour color. So you're making sure that you're pushing into that outer edge there. So if you can just imagine that your eye is in third, so it's that the first third is that white there, the second third is the pupil, and then that inner third is from like the edge of the pupil to the inside of your eye. So we're going to build this contour up just on that outer third, okay? Okay. And then the next step is our darker color. So this is our transition shade. So I'm going to change palettes at this point to show you my favorite color. Okay, so I'm using Clove out of 1. You can tell I'm a makeup artist, eh? Look how messy my palettes are. Okay, so this one, what we're doing is we're just bringing that on that outer third again. So keeping your eye open and just working that product there on that outer third. So you can open and close at this point. And again, making sure you're just lining up all the time, okay? Another little tip at this point is to use that same color that you're using for your transition shade, and you can actually take it along that lower lash line and then bring it up like this. So that's a good way to start as well, guys, because it does create that line for you initially, and then you can keep building on that outer edge there. Thanks, Lenny. Good lighting helps in life, let me tell you. Okay, so that's that outer edge, okay? So as I said, you can take it on this bottom. Now, just to avoid fallout, and I can't show you right now because obviously we don't have heaps of time, but just to avoid that fallout, what you can do is pop a translucent powder or something there. So as you are working that product in, it falls down into the translucent powder, and then what you can do is just get a brush and just flick it off, okay? The makeup primer that Arbonne have as well is incredible to erase makeup. So if you made a boo-boo, it is a fantastic product to just erase. Okay. So that's that. And the more that you can blend this bottom line out here on this outer edge, the more open it creates that eye. Can you see how this eye looks it just looks pokey and small. And then this one, can you see how it's just kind of infused that, and it just creates the illusion of my eyes being that little bit bigger. Okay, so that's that. Now my highlighter shade, I'm going to go back in and use Slate. The other highlighter that we have with Arbonne is our highlight glow stick. So you've got your contour stick on the end, and then you've also got your highlight. This is a great one to use as well. So just grabbing a little brush and just working that highlight into the brush to then just bring into that there. Now you can also use your fingertips for this, guys. Remember that your fingertips, there's a lot of warmth that comes through your fingertips, which is going to help the product blend in to the skin. So sometimes, you know, if you don't have a brush, your fingertips are just as amazing as a brush. All right, so that's that eye. I decided while I was doing that, what I'm going to do with this eye is actually show you guys how to just do a really, really quick eye using your fingertips, okay? So what I love is our Starlight Glow palette. It's got a bronzer in it. It's got the blush and highlighter. So there's two bronzers, but I love the bottom left-hand side. It's a really, really matte brown color. I don't know if you guys can see that. So what I do when I'm in a rush sometimes is I'll just look in the mirror, go like this. Can you see how that's already created that contour for me? Yep. And then what I'm going to do then is just build on that color with, I'm going to use Clove, that color that I used before. Now at this point, if you do have just, the Arbonne brushes are amazing. This is the all over eye. You can use this one just to blend. So remember what we're doing is we're lining it up and we're going to create the illusion of it coming up this way just to open the outer edge of that eye out. I'm going to just use a little bit more. So that little trick that I showed you guys using your fingertips, if you can just get like either your index finger or your middle finger and just go like that, you can feel on that eyebrow bone where that product should go. So always have your eye open and then go like that because you want that color to come up above where the eye opens, okay? Awesome. So I'm just using a brush now to blend that out. So you can apply that contour color with your fingertips and then use your brush to blend it out. And the more kind of smoky, diffused look that you want with your eyeshadow, ladies, the more you just kind of brush it up and out like this. And it's quite in at the moment too, that look with the really beautiful neutral colors. It's almost like the contour color is coming up the whole eye. So it just depends. It's just playing around with it, finding what works for your eye shape and your style as well. Awesome. So just moving along, I just want to show you guys a little trick now with using the Arbonne slanted brush, and we're going to use the eyeshadow as liner. So what you're going to do is load your brush up, always shake it out, and we're going to have the slant pointing outwards. So I'm just going to press this along my line there, and then you're spinning it around, okay, to then so the slant goes with the eye. Can you see how that creates eyeliner? So if you feel that you really like have a lot of trouble with popping eyeliner on, this is a great trick, because then what you can do is you can then just diffuse that line out as well. Just remember that if there's any harsh lines with any of your makeup products, it's going to make you appear older. So as much as you can, diffuse it down, okay? So you can use a cotton tip at this point or just your fingertip. And what I'm going to do is just do it on the bottom as well. Now this is another little rule, okay? If you've got small eyes, like as I'm getting older, I'm finding that my eyes up here smaller with the more products I put on them. So I really am just sticking to that outer third. And then what I'm doing is blending that color all the way across. So I would say for any eyes over 40, this is probably a good rule of thumb for all of us. Excellent. All right, so I'm just going to transition that to a evening look by using that dark color that I just used as liner. And I'm just going to just put that in that outer third. And again, blend, 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 blend. Excellent. I'm just going to pop some mascara on. Now I am due to get my lashes done, so that's why my lashes are all over the shop, just saying. I don't know if anyone ever experiences that. It's pretty frustrating, but it's all good. Okay. Okay, so with the mascara too, you guys no longer, then you don't keep it in your makeup bag for any longer than 3 to 4 months. Does anyone know why? Is there anyone that doesn't know why? Raise their hand. I'd love to share this bit of golden information with you.
Do it anyway.
Okay, so I've got clients who are like, I love it when my mascara goes clumpy because it's nice and thick and I can work it through my lashes. And I'm like, bro, that's bad. Do you know why? So we have lash mites on our eyes. It's a natural occurrence for all of us. But what happens over time is obviously the mites are going from your eyes to your mascara, creating little families, and that's when the likes of your conjunctivitis, styes, or ingrown hairs can happen on your eyes. And it's just super, super important to also never share your mascara because you're going to share mites. So once it gets clumpy and you feel like it's getting real thick, that's when you need to hoik it and buy a new one. Okay. Yep. Awesome. Okay. And then another little thing here, you can just also take it along that lower lash line. Some people like to turn the mascara one like this and go like that. It just depends what you like to do. Cool, cool. Awesome. So I'm going to open up for questions now. Okay, I'm going to show you what the primer does. See how I've done that? Primer is the absolute bomb. If I can find it. Here we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just trying to find a brush that hasn't been used that doesn't have stuff on it. I'm going to, so you can let it dry, or you can just put primer there and then just brush it off. I think that brush had product on it, you guys. I promise it works. I'm going to dot some on my face to show you. Look at that. Takes it away.
It's magic. I know. I love it. It's such a good trick.
Very magical. All right, cool. Okay, guys, so I'm going to open it up for questions now. If anybody does have any questions or would like me to recap on anything, I'll go back through the questions. All right.
Kylie.
Yes.
Narelle.
Yes.
As we get more mature,
yes,
skin on our eyes gets some divots in it.
Yep.
So I watched you and you're doing a really lovely line there. But as we get older, it tends not to be as smooth as that.
Yep.
So do you just keep blending and blending, or?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is when you do have that mature skin on your eyelid. I remember when I was doing my makeup course and I did my mother-in-law's contour, and I did it with her eyes closed, and then when she opened, I was like trying to find the contour line because there were so many folds. And it was after that I was like, no, from now on, like whenever I do have a mature eye, it literally is looking straight into the mirror, Narelle, and working with the skin, I guess. And it's depending on the colors that you choose to, like, depending on your eye color, like this is something like we can talk about later too, but I'm more than happy to tell you which Arbonne colors to use. And it's just about keeping that eye open so that, you know, when you are looking at people, they can see that contour line. And you do probably want to take that contour and transition line a little bit higher just to create the illusion of your eyes being open that little bit more. But it is also about doing the brows too, because your brows, girls, like I'm brow crazy. I love brows with my whole heart because they actually frame your face. And if you have great brows, it creates symmetry and precision on your face. So it's all about mastering those brows too, which I'm going to do next Tuesday night. Is I'm going to do a brow tutorial. So yeah, if you guys want to jump onto that, feel free.
But do you provide the eyebrow?
I'm coming to Townsville at Christmas time and I can do your brows for you.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Excellent.
But Arbonne have some fabulous brow products too. Like our brow, I've used a lot of different brands again, and our brow products are bomb. Like they're amazing. They really are. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. I've got to go.
Okay, lovely.
I really enjoyed that.
No worries.
And I look forward to next week.
Yay. I'll let you guys know when it is.
Okay. Bye.
See you. Okay, so I was going to quickly show you guys the concealer trick as well. So less is more when it comes to your concealer. So what you're going to do is just take this up like that. Can you see how it's creating that really nice line there? And if you've come across too far with your eyeshadow, this is where you can actually fix that as well. So I'm just using the warmth of my fingertips to push this product in because I just find that it's a better like application and finish just with my fingertips. And then what I'm also going to do is use our translucent powder to just brighten that outer edge too. Now, if you find that you are aging a little bit and you've got, you know, some little crow's feet on that outer edge of your eye, I wouldn't use the translucent powder. I would use one of our pressed powders because it doesn't have the sparkle in it. Okay. So yeah. Can you guys see the difference there to there by doing that? Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Excellent. Okay. Okay, any tips to reduce mascara causing panda eyes by midday? I guess it just depends on the brand that you're using. Is it, I hope I don't sound really snobby by asking this, is it Arbonne you are using, lovely?
I was using the Arbonne one.
Yep.
But I find that I get big rings under my eyes.
Right. So do you wear glasses 24/7?
Yes.
Okay.
Except when I'm asleep.
Well, I was going to say, you know, 18.
But yes, all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess one thing that you can try to do is the more that you can set that eye before application of mascara, e.g. concealer, powder, you could use the primer and a little bit of powder as well. That is, and taking it up as close to that eye, that line there that you can, that may help your situation. Do you find that do you put mascara on that lower lash line, or is it just the panda eyes happening from the upper lash?
Yeah, it's the lower lash,
Okay.
not upper lash.
So when you do put your lower lash mascara on, how are you doing it? Are you turning your brush sideways or going like that?
Sideways and going across. And I just do one brush over because I find it gets worse if I do more than just a really quick glance over on the bottom lash.
So you do it like this, lovely, like that scissored kind of thing, like that?
No, I normally tip it on its side and sort of go across.
Okay, awesome.
Just with the tip.
The other thing that you could also try and do is just coat that outer edge there, and
Yep.
then use eyeshadow like I showed you before to kind of bring that blended look across, so it does make like that whole eye like you look like you've got some makeup on it.
Yeah.
But definitely I'd be priming, I'd be concealing, and then powdering.
Cool. Thank you.
And if that doesn't work, message me because I'll work this out for you. Excellent.
Drives me insane.
Yeah, I think too, maybe wearing glasses, you know, it might get a little bit sweaty behind there, and it just helps, obviously, because we don't have any nasty ingredients in our mascara. Sometimes it doesn't have the longevity like something that does have all those nasty.
You don't need it to. Yeah, you don't need it to last too long.
Yeah.
But I also haven't worn any makeup during any of the lockdowns because with a mask on,
Yep.
all day at work from 8 until 5.
Yep.
Everything melts.
So frustrating. So
Everything
frustrating. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And girls, another thing to do too, maybe Larissa, have you tried the Arbonne setting spray? Lovely.
No.
This is amazing too. Like the whole thing is amazing, but that's another thing that you could try is potentially spraying that either onto your finger and just patting it, or spraying it onto a brush and patting it as well, because this stuff is incredible.
Yeah.
And the one thing I do find also with this is if, you know, once you've done your whole face, spraying this down and using a brush just to then push the product into the skin, it just gives you that longevity of your makeup as well.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And that makes it look dewy. Cool. Do we have any other questions, ladies? No? Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm going to stop recording now.